Hey adrenaline junkies, welcome to Police Pursuit. Today we launch a new fresh series when people messed with the wrong cops. Every reckless choice flips on instant justice mode. Buckle up, let's roll right now, folks. On January 4th, 2024, while monitoring traffic near Landmark Boulevard and Veterans Parkway, a group of vehicles was observed traveling at high speed. Radar confirmed a white Nissan sedan traveling 97 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour zone, later accelerating beyond 120 miles per hour when emergency equipment was activated. The driver refused to yield, initiating a pursuit. The chase extended through Veterans Parkway, I-516, and multiple city streets. The vehicle drove recklessly, crossing double yellow lines, entering oncoming lanes, running stop signs, cutting through a dirt lot, and narrowly avoiding other motorists. Back on US 17, the driver lost control while attempting to pass another vehicle, left the roadway, and collided with two vehicles, disabling the Nissan.
Still on OPG. I just called again. I'll be coming up to response to the scene. He just hit me.
A male passenger dressed in white fled on foot along US 17, attempting to enter several stopped vehicles to escape. He was ultimately tripped by a construction worker and taken into custody. He was identified as Jamar Page, DOB 1996. A search revealed suspected marijuana, a digital scale, and cash. On June 25, 2025, Florida Highway Patrol attempted to stop a Toyota SUV on the Palmetto Expressway in Miami-Dade after troopers noticed the driver, Nelson Jose Gomez Leon, was not wearing a seatbelt. Instead of pulling over, he refused to comply and sped away, triggering a short but dangerous pursuit that quickly disrupted traffic and brought parts of the busy highway to a standstill. Troopers acted swiftly to prevent further danger. A PIT maneuver was executed, sending the SUV spinning into the median and striking an RV. Even after the crash, Gomez attempted to run from the scene. Troopers chased him down on the highway and tackled him, bringing the chaotic pursuit to an end and placing him under arrest. A search of the vehicle revealed ketamine, marijuana, and cocaine. Gomez now faces multiple charges, including aggravated fleeing, drug possession, violent resistance, and driving with a suspended license. The incident serves as a powerful reminder that fleeing from police only worsens the situation, putting countless lives at risk and turning a simple traffic violation into serious criminal consequences. On April 12, 2020, law enforcement received information regarding a stolen Toyota Tundra, believed to be connected to multiple crimes in the Alpharetta area. The vehicle had been detected by tag readers in the area, and shortly thereafter, several 911 calls reported entering autos. One caller described a pickup truck occupied by two black males attempting to enter vehicles near Huntington Trace Lane. Officers responded, but the vehicle had already left the scene. The vehicle was later observed traveling on McFarland Parkway toward SR 400. As officers prepared to stop the vehicle at a traffic signal, the driver ran the red light at the intersection of McFarland Parkway and SR 400 and accelerated away. Emergency lights and sirens were activated, and a pursuit was initiated. During the pursuit southbound on SR 400, the driver repeatedly swerved toward patrol vehicles in an apparent attempt to prevent a PIT maneuver. Near Windward Parkway, officers executed a PT maneuver, causing the vehicle to lose control, rotate, strike the outer wall, then cross back and collide with the median barrier. Both occupants fled on foot after abandoning the stolen vehicle. The passenger was quickly captured, while the driver ran across busy traffic and into nearby woods, briefly evading officers despite a K-9 search. The incident is a strong reminder that stealing a car and running only escalates danger, risking lives and adding serious criminal consequences. The incident began in Garland County when a driver refused to stop for deputies and fled at high speed. Due to heavy traffic and the suspect's extremely reckless driving, deputies were forced to terminate the pursuit to protect the public. However, the driver was later spotted again and once more ignored commands to pull over.
I've got it. Continue on. Turn it over to state.
With large crowds and traffic from Oaklawn's opening weekend filling the roads, Arkansas State Police were called in to assist. A state trooper eventually performed a tactical vehicle intervention, TVI, forcing the fleeing Ford F-150 off the roadway where it crashed into a tree, a gas meter, and a retaining wall, finally bringing the dangerous chase to an end. The driver, identified as Jason Griffith, attempted to escape on foot and discarded a loaded Ruger 9mm handgun during the run. Officers quickly captured him and recovered drugs at the scene. He now faces multiple felony charges. The case is a clear reminder that fleeing police only escalates the situation and leads to far more serious consequences. On June 5, 2021, an Effingham County deputy spotted a black Mazda traveling at a high rate of speed on Interstate 16 without a license plate. When the deputy attempted to initiate a traffic stop, the driver refused to comply and accelerated, triggering a lengthy high-speed pursuit. The chase stretched for several miles, with speeds reaching up to 118 miles per hour. The driver weaved aggressively through traffic, drove along the shoulder to bypass vehicles, and sideswiped another motorist in the process. Despite emergency lights and sirens, the suspect continued to flee, showing complete disregard for public safety. A deputy executed a precision immobilization technique, PIT maneuver. The tactical impact caused the Mazda to lose control, rotate, and slide to a stop, finally ending the pursuit. Both occupants immediately exited the disabled vehicle and fled on foot. A K-9 unit was deployed and quickly tracked down one suspect, while the second was apprehended shortly thereafter by assisting deputies. At approximately 8:52 p.m. on January 7, 2022, a trooper with the Florida Highway Patrol received an urgent report of a reckless driver traveling on Interstate 75 near SR 54. The vehicle had reportedly collided with a tractor trailer earlier and fled the scene. Shortly afterward, the trooper located a 2008 Infiniti sedan in the parking lot of Ulta and immediately activated emergency lights and sirens to initiate a traffic stop. However, upon realizing law enforcement presence, the driver suddenly accelerated, speeding through the parking lot and fleeing, forcing the trooper to pursue immediately.
In the parking lot, he's going across the median and back southbound.
The suspect vehicle quickly entered Wesley Chapel Boulevard and continued its blatant disregard for traffic laws, running a red light at the SR 56 intersection, where it was struck by another passing vehicle. Despite the collision, the driver continued the desperate escape, traveling westbound in the eastbound lanes of SR 56, creating an extreme danger to surrounding motorists. The trooper paralleled the suspect in the proper direction, maintaining pursuit while waiting for the right moment. When the suspect performed a U-turn, the trooper moved in and executed a tactical intervention, disabling the vehicle and bringing the pursuit to a complete end. Both occupants were quickly taken into custody at the scene. A subsequent search revealed dozens of stolen perfume bottles linked to an earlier theft in Marion County. The driver, Daija Zine Washington Alston, 24, of Seffner, Florida, was arrested on multiple serious charges, including aggravated fleeing and eluding, reckless driving involving property damage, driving with a suspended license, and violations related to controlled substances, and was transported to the Pasco County Jail. The passenger, Trekeria Nicole Nicholson, 25, of Tampa, Florida, was later turned over to the Ocala Police Department due to her direct involvement in the earlier theft. The high-risk pursuit had come to an end, but the legal consequences for both suspects were only beginning. During a routine patrol in Riverdale, a Cobra unit deputy noticed a vehicle displaying a test drive tag, which is illegal in Georgia. When the deputy attempted a traffic stop, the driver refused to comply and suddenly sped away, triggering a high-speed pursuit through city streets and putting other motorists at risk.
talking about this. You want to drive more towards 285?
That's what I'm driving.
As the suspect continued to flee recklessly, the deputy seized the right moment and executed a precise PIT maneuver. The impact caused the vehicle to spin violently several times before flipping over and coming to a stop, trapping the occupants inside. Despite the dramatic crash, officers quickly secured the scene and safely removed the suspects from the overturned vehicle.
20 miles per hour. Clear. 20 miles per hour. Clear.
Both men were taken into custody without serious injuries. During the arrest, officers discovered a small amount of marijuana on one of them. The driver later joked that his girlfriend would be furious about what happened to her new car. The incident serves as a clear reminder that fleeing from police over a simple violation can quickly escalate into dangerous consequences and serious charges. On July 8, 2022, authorities were notified that Texas DPS troopers were pursuing a red Hyundai Elantra traveling eastbound on I-30 toward Arkansas. During the pursuit, the occupants were seen throwing packages of suspected white powder out of the vehicle in an apparent attempt to destroy evidence. An officer positioned ahead slowed traffic and joined the pursuit near mile marker 6. The Hyundai accelerated to speeds exceeding 130 miles per hour, driving recklessly for nearly 30 miles, including using the shoulder to evade law enforcement. Multiple spike strip deployments were attempted, but initially unsuccessful. When the driver swerved onto the median to avoid another spike strip deployment and re-entered the roadway, officers seized the opportunity to execute a precise pit maneuver. The tactical contact caused the vehicle to spin out and come to a complete stop, bringing the dangerous pursuit to an end. Both suspects were taken into custody. The nearly 30-mile pursuit at speeds exceeding 130 miles per hour posed a significant threat to everyone traveling along the interstate. The suspect's reckless driving and attempts to discard evidence demonstrated a blatant disregard for the law and public safety. Through persistence, coordination, and precise tactical execution, officers were able to safely bring the incident to an end before it resulted in far more tragic consequences.
He's behind me, 41, hold traffic.
He's coming back out to the exit.
While patrolling the area of Southampton Road and West Fayetteville Road, a vehicle with dark window tint and a suspected fake tag was observed. When a traffic stop was initiated, the driver fled, speeding through the Park Place apartments and repeatedly re-entering Godby Road, at times driving against traffic and running red lights.
Coming out the Godby Road. Alright, we're gonna be making a right onto Godby.
The car sped away, running red lights, which is very dangerous.
It's gonna be reckless driving, 38D from 38D out the window. That's a Maryland tag, that tag. Hey, come around me, take over.
After turning onto West Fayetteville Road, the vehicle reached 102 miles per hour. in a 45 miles per hour zone and continued driving recklessly before losing control due to wet road conditions and crashing into the woods. The driver fled on foot but was apprehended after a taser was deployed.
You gonna lose it? He's behind me, 41, 41, hold traffic.
The suspect, Collins, had a suspended driver's license since 2021 and was wanted out of Fulton County for murder by vehicle. The vehicle displayed a fake VIN and was confirmed stolen out of DeKalb County. A search of the vehicle revealed approximately 1.4 pounds of marijuana, along with scales and packaging materials under the driver's seat. The suspect was transported to Clayton County Jail. The evidence was secured for testing, and the vehicle was impounded. On June 5th, Franklin County deputies attempted to stop a driver for a license plate violation and suspected impaired driving. Instead of complying, the driver accelerated and fled, weaving dangerously through heavy traffic. As the vehicle approached the intersection of Tussing Road and Hill Road, the driver attempted to force the car into a narrow gap between two uninvolved vehicles, traveling side by side. Due to the high speed and extremely limited space, the stolen vehicle first struck the side of one car and then collided with the second vehicle. The force of the dual impact caused all three vehicles to momentarily lose control, and the suspect's vehicle spun before overturning at the intersection. There were two passengers inside the suspect vehicle. One was released at the scene, while the other was arrested on an outstanding felony warrant. One innocent driver suffered a broken toe as a result of the crash, while the other was not injured. The driver is expected to face charges including felony fleeing, impaired driving, and possession of a stolen vehicle. On July 4th, 2025, in Kershaw County, a trooper observed a white Acura following too closely on I-20 near mile marker 102 westbound. When emergency lights and siren were activated, the driver, later identified as Latoya Kanzader, refused to stop and accelerated, escalating the situation into a high-speed pursuit exceeding 110 miles per hour. Each time the trooper pulled alongside to clearly identify law enforcement presence, she responded with a defiant gesture and continued fleeing. A tire deflation device was deployed but proved ineffective. As the pursuit continued into Richland County, assisting units coordinated a rolling roadblock in an attempt to bring the vehicle to a stop. During these efforts, the suspect repeatedly swerved into patrol vehicles. On a subsequent contact, the impact caused the Acura to lose control, spin into the median barrier, cross back over the westbound lanes, and strike the outside guardrail before finally coming to rest. Officers quickly secured the scene, blocked the driver's door to prevent escape, and deployed a distraction device. Kanzader was taken into custody without further resistance. Due to visible lacerations from the crash, she was transported for medical treatment before being booked into the Kershaw County Detention Center. She faces charges including following too close, no seatbelt, registration violation, operating an uninsured vehicle, and failure to stop for blue lights. The trooper was not injured, and the patrol vehicle sustained only minor damage to the front bumper. The Michigan State Police Aviation Unit, Trooper 3, located a suspect who had carjacked a vehicle in Dearborn and then carjacked a black Dodge Durango while fleeing on foot. The helicopter quickly locked onto the SUV, providing continuous location updates as it sped through the 7-mile area at high speed without headlights.
Alright, on the top of that. Strike the vehicle. We're coming up to mark that now.
Ground troopers moved into position ahead. When emergency lights and sirens were activated, the Durango did not slow. It accelerated, fleeing onto the I-75 service drive, and then merging onto I-75 and the Davison Freeway. Speeds exceeded 120 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour zone, as the driver weaved aggressively through traffic and exploited every opening to escape. Because it was unclear whether the suspect was armed, troopers held off on immediate contact and waited for a safer opportunity to intervene.
31 northbound opportunity.
Temple, we'll be taking 31 northbound from 96. 15 close.
Can you get up?
Go ahead.
No, we can do it.
The phone vehicle's going to be going northbound 31 from 96.
Tire, so it's hit.
That opportunity came when the vehicle exited westbound the I-96 onto Grand River and was forced to slow due to traffic congestion. As speeds dropped below 40 miles per hour, a trooper closed in, precisely aligned the push bumper with the rear quarter panel, and executed a decisive pit maneuver. The impact caused the Durango to rotate nearly 180 degrees, lose traction, and slide out of its lane before crashing hard into an abandoned building. The engine stalled, the wheels locked. The vehicle was completely disabled.
We got brake lights, we're slowing down.
Temple, copy brake lights. K9's out, subject in the medium.
Get over there, get over there.
Sorry, K9's out, subject in the medium. 1822. Go on the highway, go on the highway.
K9's out, subject in the medium.
Troopers and Detroit officers swiftly surrounded and arrested the suspect after a tense foot chase, ending a reckless pursuit that damaged a stolen vehicle and endangered countless lives. The incident is a clear reminder that fleeing police and stealing a car only multiplies consequences. What may seem like a quick escape can lead to serious charges, destroyed futures, and harm to innocent people. On April 28, 2025, while conducting speed enforcement along State Route 400, a Sandy Springs traffic unit officer observed a Jeep Wagoneer speeding at 99 miles per hour in a 65 miles per hour zone. The vehicle was also recklessly overtaking other motorists, creating a clear danger to everyone on the roadway.
93 miles per hour. Alright, I'm setting up for a pit.
When the officer activated emergency lights and sirens, instead of complying, the driver, later identified as Demario Grooms, suddenly accelerated and fled, turning a routine traffic stop into a high-risk pursuit. In an attempt to escape, Grooms drove in the emergency lane and ignored multiple traffic control devices, continuing forward despite the growing risk of a serious crash.
No traffic, setting up for another pit. We're going to turn right on Scott, correction, left on Scott, has contact, left on Scott. That is left on Scott, back westbound, left on Scott.
Officers maintained close pursuit and quickly brought the situation under control, successfully stopping the vehicle and taking the suspect into custody without further incident. A records check later revealed that Grooms had multiple outs. Grooms was released on May 4th, according to the Fulton County Jail records. It was not clear when he's next scheduled to appear in court.
Hey, let me see your hands! Hands!
He is now facing numerous serious charges, including speeding, reckless driving, felony fleeing and eluding, driving in an emergency lane, failure to obey traffic control devices, and driving with a suspended license. The pursuit may have ended, but the legal consequences for Grooms are only beginning. Grooms was released on May 4th, according to the Fulton County Jail records. It was not clear when he's next scheduled to appear in court.